Hello everyone, thank you very much for clicking and for watching the video. If you're new to the channel, welcome. This is the free game collection. Hope you enjoy it, hope you stay around. If you're a return subscriber, welcome back. Hope the week's treated you well. Thank you for coming back to me. Thank you very much. So this week, got a decent little bit of kit here to show you really. I've been to the charity shop, I got a nice little find there. Been to a car boot. Car boots are starting to pick up a bit now. A couple sellers, still half decent amount of resellers and buyers there as well to compete with, but starting to pick up now, which is quite nice. Haven't spent too much money at all either when I look at some of the stuff that we got sitting here. So let's not mess around. Let me jump and show you everything I picked up for the week. So I'm going to start by showing you I always leave the car boot till last, but I'm going to show you one thing from the car boot because it leads on quite nicely to what I got from the charity shop. So I picked this up for £1. It's a Fallout 4 Vault Dwellers Survival Guide. So it's basically a Fallout 4 guidebook. It's really nice, great condition. I only paid £1 for it, and as you know, I'm a bit of a Fallout fanboy. This is in lovely condition, and as soon as I saw this, I thought, for £1, I don't need this guide. I know Fallout, but it's going to look cracking sitting right behind me. So £1 for this Vault Dwellers Survival Guide. He said that he had a few more when I got to him, but somebody bought the others off him. So I don't know why they'd have left this one. I don't know what the other ones were they picked up, but I'm really happy with Fallout 4 Vault Dweller Survival Guide for £1. Fantastic. How much did they sell this for originally? 15 quid UK, so yeah, not bad. Happy to pick it up. And that moves on quite nicely to what we picked up from the charity shop. So I went into a charity shop, it was a Bernardo's to be exact, nothing on the shelf. I asked if they had anything out the back. She says, we have got a bag of games. I thought, fantastic. She came out with a nice little shopping bag full of Xbox 360 games. She said they're £1 each. Thought fantastic, but she put them right in front of me on this little counter thing that she was serving behind, sorting out, and she just sat there and just sort of watched me do it. I wasn't allowed to take it away. I just had to do it there and then because she was going to then go and take the rest and mark them up. So it was a bit awkward, but I was running through them all. But basically, she was watching me basically, which felt a bit awkward. But I basically picked up some really good. I picked up 7. The bag probably had, I don't know, 30 games in there. There was a lot of fodder, but these 7 I was really chuffed for. So I picked these up for £7. Now, moves on quite nicely because the first 2 that I picked up were Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. Now, normally I wouldn't pick these up because you don't get too much for them, but the Fallout series is on their prime at the moment. I'm not going to get into talking about my opinions because, like I've just said, I'm a Fallout fanboy, so they're biased and it's never going to be good enough, but I do think it's a really good show. To suggest watching it is great. Anything that promotes Fallout to me, fantastic. Let's spread the word of how good it is. But these 2, CEX have whacked the price up for Fallout at the moment, but they haven't actually sort of replicated the increase in voucher and cash that they give you. I kind of understand why, because it's a bit of a fad at the minute. While the series is launched, people are into Fallout, so they've jacked their price up a little bit to get as much as they can, but I'm assuming they don't want to give us much more because they don't want to be just sort of inundated with everyone cashing in Fallout, and then when the hype disappears, they're left with the Fallouts that they were going back to selling us for £1. So I understand, but Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, I'm probably going to put these on Vinted because they're selling quite well at the moment. So I might just chuck these up for £5, £6, something like that. Let someone have a decent deal. The discs are in fantastic condition. So I thought this time I'm going to pick these up, but normally I wouldn't. But Fallout is a good one to keep an eye out at the minute. Probably not great to pick up because CEX aren't giving you too much on them, but if you're doing Vinted eBay, they're going quite well at the moment. These other ones, so it's back again. I know, dare I have a week where I don't pick up Call of Duty Black Ops 2 for £1. Fantastic, pick that up. And another staple was in there, Grand Theft Auto 5 for £1. Of course, I'm picking that one up. Harry Potter Years 1 to 4 for £1. You get a decent return on that one. I think it's 5 to 7 where you get a little bit more, but still for £1, you're definitely picking that up. These 2, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, I think I'm going to get a little bit back for them, voucher-wise. I think they give you about £1 cash anyway. But like I say, she was there, she was looking, so I didn't want to pick out my phone and start just going through each game. So I took a risk on them, but I think I'm okay. So these 7 games for £7, charity shop, not too bad at all. It was nice to find something from the charity shop because my charity shops have been a bit dry of late. Rest of it is the car boot. So the first things I'm going to do, I watch lots of people's YouTube videos and watch what they pick up and collect and try and learn and try and get better at the craft, as it were. Notice a couple of people have been picking up DVDs, especially box sets. So I spread my wings out a little bit. I did okay in some areas. I did terrible in other areas. So the first one is I picked these for 50 pence each. I got I hope I said this right, Jerry Bruckheimer collection. You've got Deja Vu, you've got The Rock, Armageddon, Con Air, Pearl Harbor, Gone in 60 Seconds. I used to love that film. Some great films there. 50p for it. You don't get that much for it. So bit of it. I think I'll get my 50p back, or a little bit less, but bit of a dud, that one. So I picked that up. But the other thing I got with it more than makes up for it, The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies on 3D and Blu-ray. You get a really good return for this, really good. You get a good couple quid. I think it's £6 or £7 voucher or something like that. 50p for this one, because obviously £1 for the two. This one more than makes up for the learning, for the lesson on picking that one up. So yeah, if you see these, I think it's generally just 3D Blu-ray DVDs. They're definitely worth picking up if you see them. But yeah, The Hobbit, fantastic. I love Lord of the Rings. The Hobbit trilogy, not so much. That's my opinion on that one. This one I picked up 50p off somebody else. It's the John Wayne Signature Collection. I just picked it up because you don't see things like this very often. And I know it's a little bit different. You get 5 films. I'm not going to lie, I haven't seen any of the 5. They always used to be on the telly on a Sunday afternoon, didn't they? They don't seem to do that anymore, but there was always Westerns on. I never really watched them. So I'm not great with my Western films, but John Wayne, I think I get a little bit more for this. So for 50p, this wasn't a bad pickup, but you don't get anywhere near as much as, say, a 3D Blu-ray. But live and learn. So I picked that up as well. So this is the gaming channel, but I'm trying to spread out, get as much as we can. Next thing I picked up, so this was £1 Donkey Kong Country Returns. £1 for this is fantastic. I think I get about an £8 voucher. I've already got it in the collection. It's a great game. I picked this up sort of accidentally because a lady said that she had a PS2 in the back with a couple of games. She said she'd get it out for me, so I was sort of waiting around, and then I just saw a white case sitting in another bag. This is the only one she had. So I picked this up off her while I was waiting. It was a good thing I did find this, because I was waiting at a table for about a good 5 minutes. When she pulled it out, she wanted 60 quid for this PS2. It did come with a couple games, but they were all fodder. So I did waste a good 5 minutes hovering around that table, but picking that up for £1 sort of paid back for that. So Donkey Kong Country for £1, fantastic. Then we've got, this was £1. Yeah, these were 50p each. So Alien versus Predator. I've played this. This is half decent. You can either be the alien, the predator, or the colonial marines. Definitely had more fun being the alien than I did. The colonial marines was okay. That campaign. The Predator I really struggled with. I didn't enjoy it too much, but I thought that went for a lot more than it does. It doesn't, but I pay 50p for it, so I'll be okay. And then the other one, Wii Sports. Wii Sports, of course I picked it up. So £1 for those two, fantastic. We got a staple and another lesson. I learned lessons this week. You don't get as much for it as you thought you did. Tell you what, let's just venture out ever so gently onto something else. Pick this up for £1. I'm sure you know what it is, but just in case you don't, it's one of the Wi-Fi connectors for the Xbox 360. You get a little bit for this. People need this to go Wi-Fi for the 360. 360 is starting to pick up a bit of pace in the collector world, so keep hold of that. Well, I'm not going to keep hold of that because, sorry, I'm going to trade that in because I've got one on one of my Xboxes, and I think I've got 2 spares lying around just in case I ever need them. So I'll be trading that in. Keep an eye out for them. They're often at the bottom of boxes that people overlook. I tell you what, let's do another bit of hardware. £2 for this. So Xbox 360 controller, another one. We picked up 2 the other week. Got another one here. Lovely condition, works absolutely fine. The only thing is it's got one of these rechargeable backs. So hopefully I'll take it in and they'll do that thing again, because I don't think I've got any spare backs anymore to replace them with the normal battery packs. They hopefully will just take 50p off me for exchange on the battery pack like they do. But yeah, an Xbox 360 controller for £2. Absolutely fantastic. I'm not going to be keeping hold of that one. I don't need it. Tell you what, let's just do the hardware again, shall we? So £5 for these 2. He wanted £3 each. He just sort of chucked a bag out onto the blue tarpaulin, and he had all sorts of electrics. He did have other controllers there, but they all looked a bit, I was unsure on them, but these 2 I felt comfortable with, and it's good because these both work. So I've got I'll tell you what, yeah, I've got an Xbox 360 controller, absolutely fine, nothing wrong with it. This one's got a white back with a black controller. It looks like someone's drew on it as well. I think I'll be fine with that. I don't think they'll have a problem with that. And like I say, hopefully they might have replacements anyway. They don't care, by the way, if it's a black controller with a white back, white controller with a black back. they don't care at all. As long as it works, they'll take it. So we're taking that into, so yeah, I think I got 2 Xbox 360 controllers last week, so 2 more, fantastic. And then of course with that was the PS3 controller. It's got the barcode that CEX needs to take it in, and it works absolutely fine. It's actually in good condition as well. So before I take this, I'm just going to check my PS4 controllers and make sure this isn't any better than any of the ones I'm keeping for personal use, but it's in really nice condition and works fine. So a PS3 controller, those 2 for a £5, you're not complaining, are you? And then the last couple games I've got, this was £1. It's the staple, Grand Theft Auto 5. Another one's exactly the same as the one I got from the charity shop. Picked it up for £1. Fantastic. This one, I bought this off someone that is actually one of the buyers that goes to the car boots. He does a stall every now and then. He had loads of games. So I knew I wasn't going to find anything amazing because I know he knows the value and he'd have checked them all. But brute force on the Xbox. So I paid £1 for this. CEX actually said it for 50p, I think. So I think I overpaid, but it's in absolutely cracking condition. And again, I've been looking at that sort of PS2 OG Xbox games this year. I'm getting into those. And this is one that popped up as an Xbox OG exclusive that I thought looked half decent. I don't know much about it. Look, they don't give away much, do they, on the back of games? They really don't. I don't really know what it is at all, to be honest with you. But I remember seeing it. I remember seeing brute force and thought, oh, I might pick that up if I see it. So I picked it up for £1. Why not? So I'm adding that one to the collection, which is fantastic. And then the last game is Knack. I think that's how you say it, for the PS4. This is not the case I picked it up in. The case I picked it up in was absolutely cracked. It was absolutely destroyed. So I've already recased it because when I picked it up, all the plastic fell off the back. She had this and 2 of the FIFAs, and she wanted £2 for this and FIFA 15 and 16 or something for the PS4. I said, would you take just £1 for Knack? Because the other cases were battered and all, so it weren't even worth picking them up for spare cases. So I just paid £1 for Knack. I don't know much about this. I think this was one of the launch titles for the PS4. I think this is one of those games where they really try and show the difference between PS3 and PS4. But I don't have it in the collection, and it is a PS4 exclusive, so I think I'm going to be keeping hold of this one as well. So I was glad to pick that up. So yeah, this week I don't think I've spent too much, maybe around £20, something like that. I've tried to learn a little bit about DVD box sets, got a good selection of games, hardware. Love this little PS4 manual. Yeah, I think this is a nice little varied little week. So I'm going to do that thing. I'm going to go to CEX and I'll be back in a minute. I'm back from CEX. It's gone fantastically well. Everything we took in, they accepted and taken, so that's brilliant. Let's do what we do. Let's start by taking away everything what you just saw cost us, £22.50. So let's take £22.50 away. We didn't spend much at all considering everything we got. How did we get it for free? Well, first things, Vinted. Fallout 3 and New Vegas, stuck those up on Vinted, sold for £5 in like less than a day. So that's fantastic because CEX are charging, they've bumped the price right up. So someone's got a deal. I think that's charged like £8 for Fallout 3 or something, which is a fantastic game, but that's an incredible increase in such a short period of time. So £5 back for those, brilliant. And then we got £9 for one of the Xbox 360 controllers and £9 for the other Xbox 360 controller, which in total gave us £23. So it's £23 back up there. So we got it all for free. We spent £22.50 and we're walking back at the end of the week with £23, which is fantastic. Something I want to mention, actually, somebody put a comment really quickly. They mentioned that compared to last year, we're not adding as much to the cash total. And the reason for doing it, did I have a reason for doing it? Yeah, I kind of have. I didn't really, I think subconsciously I've started doing it, where the price of games is going up so much in CEX so quickly and so often. I just feel that the voucher is adding more value than last year. It's nice to make a bit of money, but I've never done this to make money. I've got a job and that pays me, and believe me, I spend enough time doing that. So it's never been about making money, and the voucher just seems to allow us to sort of keep up with these increase in prices to make sure we can go out and get some of these games, because the price of games are just going up and up on most consoles. So that's my logic at the minute, that the voucher is more valuable than it maybe was last year. Maybe I'm wrong, put it in the comments, maybe you don't agree, but subconsciously I think that's why I'm adding, just making sure we get that money back just a little bit more, whereas last year I probably would have sold something else and got an extra tenner back or something. But I just feel like this year vouchers far more valuable to me at the moment. So that's why I just wanted to mention that, because I thought it was a good observation I should have mentioned myself. Talking about voucher, we've done well. We have got a good bit of voucher. So Donkey Kong, £6. Wii Sports, £5. Modern Warfare 2, £1.60. That John Wayne collection, £4, not bad. Grand Theft Auto 5, £1.60. Black Ops 2, our lovely Black Ops 2, another £8 from that, fantastic. Modern Warfare 3, £1.20. The Hobbit, the 3D Blu-ray, £8. So that was nice, that was a good one. Another Grand Theft Auto 5 for another £1.60. The 360 wireless Network G adapter apparently, £4, and the PS3 controller, £18. So in total we got £59 in voucher. Let's stick £59 up there, just short £60 in free voucher, and all our money back. I think that's fantastic. That's brilliant. Like I say, that £60 going to go so much further towards getting games that we really want to add to the collection. And what are we adding? Well, first, one thing to mention, Jerry Bruckheimer, good thing I checked this just before I took it in, literally as I was getting ready. The Con Air and Gone in 60 Seconds discs are missing, unfortunately, so that's absolutely useless. I was going to get 10p for it anyway, so a lesson to be learned there. And Lego Harry Potter Years 1 to 4 and Aliens vs Predator. I was not impressed by what you were getting for this. You were getting about £1.20 or something voucher for them, 160 max, whatever it is. I don't think that's not good enough in my eyes, personally. Xbox 360 prices are going up, and a Harry Potter and Aliens, they're two very popular franchises, and Predator obviously. So I just thought £1.20, 30 for whatever it was. It's not enough, so I'm going to keep hold of those. I think they might be able to help us a bit more down the line. I've said it many times, we're not giving this stuff away. So we're just keeping hold of that. We're not adding it, but we're not giving it away. What are we adding to the collection? Not too much again this week, to be honest, but it does get harder. The bigger the collection gets, the more stuff you have, the harder it is to find stuff out and about that you want to add to the collection. So I'm not too concerned, but I'm happy with what we're adding. Knack on the PS4, it does look quite good. It is one of the first PS4 titles, so I'm going to give that a little go. I've never played it before. Brute Force, another one of those games that I've looked at. I'm trying to add to the OG Xbox and key in on the PS2 games that I want, and this is one of those ones that sort of highlighted to me. I saw it and thought that might be worth a shout, so to get that in the collection for free, fantastic. And lastly, any Fallout fanboy is going to love this. Vault Dweller's Survival Guide. This is cracking, absolutely cracking. Really happy to have got hold of that. That's going to sit on the shelf behind me. That's going to look lovely. So yeah, really happy with that. So not too much this week, but I will say I have just noticed that 2 games that I've been keeping an eye out on have recently come into stock at a local CEX near me. So I'm going to go have a little look at that, and I think that voucher is going to come in handy. So I hope they're in good condition. I'll probably show you that next week, obviously, because I don't have them. So fingers crossed they've got those in stock. So if I can get hold of the 2 they've got, that'll be a great milestone to have hit. So hopefully next week I might go tomorrow, just run before somebody else has them, because I'll be devastated. But thank you very much for joining me. Take care of yourself, guys.